the two teams' weights. South Africa here led by Kyle Brown, and new captain Anthony Haynes on the left for Hong Kong.
Nigel, the great thing about the Hong Kong side, in the past it was always a bunch of expats who come to Hong Kong for either work or other reasons and ended up representing the side. Now you look at that lineup and people that you mentioned, Hing Hung, you've got Kam Shing and also Rowan Varley in the face of the change. Of course, Keith Robertson a number of years ago.
Absolutely so, and we saw that too, didn't we, with all the little kids playing minis and junior rugby before the tournament started yesterday and today, and so many local Chinese playing the game of rugby. In fact, I just saw a statistic that 13% more players playing rugby in China than ever before this year, and that is reciprocated around the world. So South Africa against Hong Kong. Referee from Singapore is Harry Mason. South Africa puts one high and perhaps a little far. Big tackle though on Fan Chung Ki by Kyle Brown, and a quick, and the two of them are just up now. Out wide is Sibusisi Sitoli. We said look out for him. He's made his mark quickly, my word. Former player of the South African under-20s, was in the tournament we were at last summer in Argentina.
Yeah, made his debut in Dubai in 2010. Well, that's just a team try, and I'll tell you what, it came from the tackle of their captain Kyle Brown. Beautifully weighted kick. It just seemed to sit in the air, gave them an eternity. Brown made the tackle, the good counter ruck, clear ball. My gosh, showed a clean pair of heels, totally.
Africa, and 2 more points for them. Sibusisi Sitoli, part of their Commonwealth Games. That's when I first saw him in Delhi. He played, and 2 other tournaments this season. Missed out Las Vegas and Wellington, but then came in to the IRB series in Dubai. So Hong Kong got to put that one behind them. Tough game yesterday against Wales, and South Africa didn't have the easiest of time against Spain either. They won by quite a margin in the end, but Spain scored first and made a real game of it. Captain Brown, South Africa's Player of the Year 2010. This is Delport. It's cleverly weighted again, taken by Africa, beautifully taken, beautifully kicked. Well, that's just class.
Well, what you couldn't see is what we're very privileged to be in this position of broadcasting up here. Even prior to the penalty being taken, South Africa was telling players where to be, where to go, and Delport ran across, no sweeper in behind because everybody from Hong Kong up in the line. The chip kick was weighted beautifully. When you've got that much pace, well, it's brilliant. Great start for South Africa.
Well, he's having a dream season, isn't he? Look at that, 208 points. Scored 17 tries in 1 3/4 tournaments at the beginning of the season. Got injured, broke his jaw in George, came back for Las Vegas, and he's already, with just those 2.5 tournaments, leading the scoring by a street.
Well, they'll be feeling a bit rough and cheated on that. They'll probably feel that the South Africans actually came through the gate and then continued to come from an offside position, but not seen by Harry Mason from Singapore. Look at the patience, Nigel, of the South Africans, making sure that everybody understands exactly what the move is.
They're well drilled, intensive camps, intensive training, and Delport back, looking very masterful as well, the scrum half. It's funny to think back a couple of years ago, he thought he was going to retire altogether from the game. Things had gone wrong, and family tragedy of his brother dying. And here he is, playing as well as ever. (14-0) South Africa. Hong Kong without the ball. Nor this time. This is Brown, really orchestrating things so well at the moment. He won't get away on his own, but the support is there with Chris Dry, making it look very easy, but it's very composed side at the moment. No worries, no lack of confidence, and just great execution.
Look at this. This is the key. Ball in two hands. Has the defence wondering, is he going to pass one way or the other? And then once he'd got through the gap, he put on the pace, the overhead pass, and Chris Dry, the man that missed out on the Commonwealth Games because of a broken finger in his 7th tournament, scores his 9th try.
First mistake by South Africa. And that didn't miss by a mile from South Africa. Well, it's been a building process for both these teams, and Dyrese there has realised that whilst Hong Kong are improving, so too are South Africa. They really have stepped up. 3 plate finals in a row this season, and then when they got through to the Cup semi-final, they took it the whole way in Las Vegas, winning against Fiji 24-14, and that was unexpected, one had to say, on the form. But they've worked hard and it's paying off. And once again, Carl Brown, and once again, the concentration and the awareness of the support player, Paul Delport. Well, when you play as well as this, you do make it look so easy, don't you? And it isn't.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. That's his 21st try in his career. And look at this, Carl Brown has just done everything, hasn't he? Right from the get-go, the first tackle of the match was from the captain. He's also had a hand in the other 2 tries that have been, well, architected by good play. They look great, South Africa, in the opening 7 minutes.
Well, we've praised to the heights South Africa, who adds those 2 points again, but this is a real classic performance from the captain here, Carl Brown. He's got the baton, he's the conductor, and he's orchestrating it absolutely magnificently. It's been a classic first 7 minutes of a tie in any game, in any tournament. 25 seconds to go, and they're 26-0 against a decent side. It's you know, it's a Hong Kong team with a lot of talent, but they just have not had the ball until now, and they have met a team who are just playing at 100%. And oozing confidence, and of course, on this stage, it's the one place they desperately need to win. They've come close often enough. Were runners-up in 2009 here to Fiji, runners-up in 2008 to New Zealand. This time they want to go one better. Last year they were back in the plate level, and this is going to be another try. Delport to Africa. Africa, sleight of hand and foot. And South Africa, 51 tries.
And guess who stole the ball from the ruck? It had to be Brown. No one else could do it, but he's done everything today. Carl Brown, what 7 minutes he has had. There's the conversion. And just have a look at this, Nigel. Watch this. There you go. Ball passed back. It's the man that hit his backside in the air to us. And then they just put it together. Lovely step from South Africa. That's their 5th try.
Well, I have to say that's one of the best 7 minutes I've seen by a top team, and I know it's not a cup final or even a cup quarter-final, but it's just made Hong Kong look as though they're bystanders.